Come on, Watson. Let's go and put our boot up Mr. Farley's booty map. The Farley's office. Away.
We are at Farley's office.
Yes.
I cannot say that ethics play a very large role in his life. Look at the headlines pinned to the walls, like trophies of bad taste. Perhaps we will finally begin to understand the reasons for his persistence in tarnishing your reputation.
I know his reasons. He's a bastard. That's what he does. It's like it's the typical journalist, isn't it?
Coffee. It's still hot.
Ugh, coffee? No, thank you. I'm a tea man. Let's go in his pockets.
An ordinary, inexpensive brand.
Oh.
A press card. Osmond Farley. It's his overcoat.
Did that say? The agent of the... What does that say? The agents of the something use when possible to facilitate the mission of Osmond Farley, correspondent of the Global Explorer. Allow him to access information site. God, that's stupidly hard to read. So you have to get a press card from the police back in the 1800s. That's weird. Guess that's saying that the press were in the police's pocket.
This is an electric box. Interesting.
Interesting. What does it say? Redaction on this door. Let's meet Farley, shall we?
The door is locked. Is Farley afraid of being interrupted suddenly?
I must go out for a while, Miss Jean. I won't be long. Ask my appointments to wait, and send this message as a matter of urgency.
Kiss pimp stick.
Osmond Farley, I presume.
Messrs. Holmes and Watson. What a surprise.
What is there so surprising about being visited by the targets of your slander?
I never slander. I inform.
You will have to accept the consequences of these articles, Mr. Farley.
Those words sound like a threat, Mr. Holmes.
I never threaten. I merely warn.
You don't frighten me, Mr. Holmes. I know all of your little secrets. And soon all of London will find out what really hides behind the facade of the impeccable detective. Thanks to my work, the whole world will discover the true Sherlock Holmes. Gentlemen, I don't wish you a good day.
Oh, I wish you one. You prick.
A bore.
What a dick.
To the point of refusing to shake our hands.
Which means that we can avoid having to wash them. Did you notice the crumbs on his jacket? He had just finished eating and his hands will be covered in grease, the same as his mouth.
Slovenly habits. That's quite disgusting, Holmes.
Do not be deceived, Watson. The workmanship in those tailor-made clothes indicate that he is a man who takes pride in his appearance. If Farley has left without brushing off his jacket or washing his hands, then it is because he spotted our approach and wished to avoid us at all costs.
But why?
We will find out by searching his office.
The secretary will stop you. Please reassure me, Holmes, you don't intend upon knocking her out?
Only if we exhaust every other viable alternative.
I mean, not unless she wants to be knocked out, Watson, if you know what I mean. You're in the way, Watty. Why does it keep removing my sprint? It's bloody annoying, that.
The secretary is occupied in sending a telegram via their electric telegraph. Farley asked that she should do so before he left.
We must find a way of interrupting the transmission, which will oblige her to go to the telegraph office in Kensington. It will take her some time to get there, and if we add on the time it takes to send the telegram and then return here, we should have ample time to search the office without being disturbed.
I suppose it's unnecessary to point out the illegality of this search?
I'm afraid so.
Dude, this guy was slandering us. I may even go as far as to say defamation. I'm pretty sure that is defamation, isn't it? It's false facts about somebody.
This hanger has a large iron hook.
Should have kicked him down the bloody stairs, Watson. You know what's really annoying is I remember like you know what, I'm not gonna say anything. I was gonna say something to do with the ending of the game. Don't do that.
I can hear an electrical humming. The secretary is using the electricity supplied by this switch. Let us see if I can cause a short circuit.
Oh, that noise isn't annoying, is it? So from what I remember, you need to get all of these linked together. You don't have to use them all. You just have to all connect. Oh, good lord. It's easier said than done, isn't it? That way. So it can only go like that. That's there. That connects there. There.
There we are. It is simplicity itself.
Damn right it is.
It's just too bad.
Oh no.
Get out quickly, Watson. I'm going to hide here.
Wow.
The way
Master of stealth. Holy shit. Did you see that? He just stood behind the door and she had no eye. Surely you'd notice somebody hiding behind your door.
Let's go, Watson.
Let's go. We're in your office. It's weird. I thought it was like high up in an office building. We're quite ground level, aren't we? Huh. Could have just gone through the bloody window. Get out of the way, Watson. Fucking hell. If you get any closer to me, you'd be smelling my bloody neck. You. Not around here, Watson. I've told you before. Keep your hands to yourself.
Here is Farley's secretary's telegram. Nothing special here.
But, oh, your wife.
The secretary has just changed the typewriter ribbon. There are smudges of dark blue ink.
So every time you pick up something in this game, in this area, you got to remember. So,
The secretary has just...
smudges of dark blue ink. Remember that. We're gonna need to know that. Look at the door.
The key is still in the lock.
We should take his key. That would show him. Can't lock your door without a key, can you, dickhead?
This book has fallen down from the shelf.
Oh, he's reading Sherlock Holmes.
Of Sherlock Holmes. My word, it's my stories about your investigations.
A real investigative reporter must have read them, my dear Watson.
Why has he got a book about Sherlock Holmes if he's slandering his ass?
My adventures have fallen from this shelf.
Oh, it's poetic, that is, isn't it? Oh. I will call on you this morning. Destroy this letter. Receive it urgently. Your revelations regarding our man's true scheme are incredibly supreme. A Machiavellianism? Balanism. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that word. Weird. How come nobody ever uses that word anymore?
This paper only just escaped the flames.
But who is this note about? And who wrote it?
I will deal with it later.
The fact that it says burn it and he didn't bother. It's a bit suspicious.
This armchair is out of place.
Maybe it's down that wall.
Someone closed the curtain, as though he wanted to maintain his privacy.
There's a drawer there. Got here.
Our man left his sandwich unfinished.
Gonna have mice in here if you don't get rid of that, dude. Oh, what's we got?
Judging from
Ooh.
the notes on the board, our reporter is an assiduous and organized worker.
There's a photo of Prince Woodville. What a gormless moron he looks like. Fucking hell.
A photograph of Prince Woodville. Farley is evidently also interested in this affair.
Guy's an idiot. He's only interested in stupid things. My god. For the Globe Explorer. Mystery surrounds the body drowned in the Thames. The body of a man discovered yesterday morning upon the banks of the Thames still remains a mystery. An autopsy has revealed that the amount of water in the victim's lung confirms the man's death by drowning. However, the many gaping wounds upon his body point to a savage aggression before death. For the moment, no explanation has been provided by the authorities. The victim was identified as a 33-year-old bargeman who was already known by the law, where his name has appeared in proceedings related to the breach of legislation in the different merchandise trafficking affairs. Principally in the cereal market. What? As in breakfast? There's traffic in breakfast. They're like smuggling cornflakes. Surely not. Interesting. The latest charges date back several days. The court was prosecuting the deceased for destruction and degradation of goods, namely a vast quantity of wheat. Smuggling Kellogg's cornflakes. Other cereals are available. The shortage raging simultaneously in London would not have encountered this judge. Would not have encouraged the judge to lean towards leniency in this horrifying death had not interrupted the proceedings. So someone killed him because he was trying to smuggle in cereal. How odd.
A horrible story, and rather a strange one.
Damn right, it's bloody strange. News in brief, Wait, I can't read that. That's in Island of Wales, isn't it? Yeah. St. Anthony in the town of whatever the hell that name is in Welsh. I'm not going to try and pronounce that. It was the scene of macabre discovery last Sunday. Upon the villagers' arrival at the convent, with their arms laden with provisions for the nuns in honour of St. Anthony, patron saint of butchers and good meat. It was seen that it was already too late, and the temptation by the aforementioned saint struck brutally within the holy place upon the fateful day. The Covenant's 16 nuns apparently succumbed to a collective strain of madness. Which resulted in their horrific... Oh my god. They horrifyingly devoured each other. Oh my days. Why would they do that? The lifeless bodies were found in the canteen around what appears to have been their last meal. A clear vegetable soup. So they were vegetarians, obviously, because for some reason nuns don't eat meat. Yet they are... Hold on, they're nuns in a place where they worship the saint of butchers and good meat. Yet they don't eat meat. That's like working in a butcher's and being a vegan. Or a vegetarian. I mean, maybe people do. Am I the only one who thinks that's weird? So maybe they just went mad crazy because they got sick of eating vegetables. Well, we all know that the madness is what's it called? Bloody what happened to Kurtz and stuff? And that was in Wales. The members of the something who wished to remain anonymous informed us that sometimes such atrocities do strike such places where women dwell together. As women, due to the complexity of their natures, are less able to cope with the imposed something that precedes St. Anthony's Day. Really? They've gone, they went mad because they're women. No wonder they wanted to remain anonymous. I'm pretty sure they would have had a bad case of falling down the stairs and breaking their necks. Itis. Oh my god. It must be said that it was not necessary. Just one more day, and this drama would most probably never happened. Oh. The relic of a sausage offered to St. Anthony by an angel finding... What? Fuck off. That's... Surely, that's just stupid. Oh, I found the sausage. Oh my god, is that the sausage that was left? That was offered to St. Anthony? Oh my god. As if people believe that nonsense. Maybe they went mad because of how fucking stupid that is. People believe this bollocks? Don't. Surely that's just stupid. Founded in 987 during the Third Crusade and brought back from Constantinople, remained untouched. A sign that the nuns, even in the madness, were able to remain respectful towards the Lord. This number of high religious authorities, they worship God knows how many hundreds, if not God knows plus years. My mind's not working. I'm trying to figure out why these people worship a sausage. Like, I get it that he's the patron saint of butcher and meats, but surely worshipping a sausage. That's so stupid. I really hope that this is true and this isn't just in-game nonsense, but if this is true, my god, what a fucked up world we live in if people actually worship a sausage. I'm not Googling it because I'll only be depressed.
Here's what is strange. An attack of collective insanity.
Yeah, it's because the worshiping a bloody sausage, that's why. They don't go mad as well if I was worshipping a bloody sausage. Amazing. As if they worship a sausage. Did you read that on the board there, Watson? People are fucking idiots.
This cabinet has a lot of drawers.
Bloody sausage.
There is surely a great deal of information in them.
But we can't open all of them. We must know what we are looking for.
Ah, Watson. We will in due time, my friend.
A makeup case.
We need that brush. And oh, I can't do that. I'm missing something.
The ribbon is missing from this machine.
A
page of this notebook has been torn out. We can only see the title in shorthand and today's date. It's a message that the secretary must send urgently. I'm going to recopy it.
You can read shorthand? You never cease to amaze me. Were you a secretary before becoming the great Sher?
Perhaps. But no, a man must have his secrets.
Notes on the investigation into Sherlock Holmes to all his colleagues after the visit from... Thanks for that pointless conversation there, Farley. Oh, this is what I need.
This ashtray is worth examining. This ash comes from an ordinary, well-known brand of cigarettes. It is still warm. This cigar is of a fine quality. It must be very expensive and difficult to obtain.
And it is not even finished. What a waste.
You can always puff on it if you want, Watson. I'm going to judge.
The cigar end is still hot. Farley was not alone when we arrived at his secretary's office.
You are thinking of the owner of the cigar.
Yes, the reporter smokes ordinary cigarettes. Can you smell the subtle scent of gingerbread? That is the characteristic odor of a Habano Clarissimo. Our mysterious visitor is a rich man, Watson. This category of Havanas is exorbitant, and I cannot imagine a cigar lover crushing out such a marvelous smoke before finishing it. Since we saw no one leaving the building, that must point to a secret exit somewhere.
How are we going to find it?
By retracing Farley's steps from the moment before we arrived. Look, this room is teeming with clues.
We'll not look at that just yet. Isn't it obvious that the door's right here? It's the only wall in this whole area that is completely barren and bland and has nothing in front of it or on it. Like every other wall has a photo on it. So it only makes sense that a door appears here. I remember like old school games, you could always tell where the secret doors were because they were never really installed very well. They used to always see the outline of them. I don't really see it on this. This opens from this side. Maybe like, maybe there? You can kind of see the line right sort of there. It's moving. Oh yeah. Ever so slightly. Weird. I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Oh yes. We needed these the cigarette ash. We can do this. Oh, Sherlock.
I can make out the marks, but I need something to bring them to light.
Yeah, we was doing that. See?
I understand what you want to do. It's an old trick.
I can see what has been written. Please write it down.
Very well, Holmes.
Followed Holmes, prefer elements, bio, detail. That's all we needed. Go back. We can go to that drawer. D to F is what we need to go in.
Which drawer the secretary was interested in?
Well, it's not this one, is it?
DF drawer. Of course. The one in the message that we deciphered from the secretary's desk blotter. Closed.
What? Closed?
The DF closed.
That's weird. I was sure that I don't need a key for that drawer, do you? Oh, no, it's here. Of course you do. Stupid idiot.
Bunch of keys.
Keys?
A telephone. A technological marvel. A number was written next to it quite recently. A fine, educated hand.
Holmes, this number seems very familiar.
Yes, but let us dial it to be sure.
Is it Watson's? Screw it, why not?
Get me 1313, please. It is Scotland Yard, of course. I'm beginning to understand.
Lucky you.
I mean, I'm not Watson.
The DF drawer.
Just beginning to understand.
Cards. How to find the right one.
So, remember when we went into the bin and he said, oh, the ink's just been replaced. There is blue smudges all over it. And if you look here, there's blue smudges. Closely related to the royal family, Prince Woodville recently permitted to legally use the title Prince after an investigation by a committee of experts and representatives of the royal line. Highly regarded among the common people involved in charitable and philanthropic actions, distribution of soup to the needy in Whitechapel area, financing a campaign for medical treatment and distribution of blankets. He describes himself as popular, but his critics prefer the term populist. Intelligent and cultivated, but some abrupt changes of mood have been observed when replying to journalists' tactless questions. So he puts on this air of royalty, but in actuality, he's probably a dickhead.
This card has got grease marks on it. The reporter made them. Apparently, he's making inquiries about Prince Woodville, too.
But where do you come into all this? Look, if we pull the curtain a little, we can see out into the street.
That's normally what windows are for, Watson. That's how they work. You look out of them. Deduction board. Journalist. So we have to reenact or recreate Farley's sequence of actions just before the arrival of Sherlock Holmes. This is arguably one of the most annoying things in the game. Purely because it expects you to know exactly what Farley was doing behind a closed door and a wall. So we'll click on, say, the cupboard, and you get one to... Have you noticed? There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The door down here is also something you can click on, so don't forget that, because I played this maybe last week, got to this point, and then I googled, I've got a bug and I can't get out of this fucking Mr. Farley's office. Didn't know I could click on the door. Everything else is a circle around it, but the door. So yeah, thanks game. That really angered me. It really did. I turned it off after I had a moment. Well, yeah, let's have a look. He looked out the window and saw Holmes, stood with his back to the window, didn't look out, wanted to let more light, blah, blah, blah. He stood, looked out the window and saw Holmes. So he started it over here. Then he ran to the chair. Journalist pushed the chair when he ran. I can't remember. It's 1, 2. Visitor smoked. The other one that makes sense is number 4. You can't use the numbers you've already used, basically. So we got 1 and 2. Maybe he went from here to throw that piece of paper into the fire. He dropped the paper by the fire. So if we're going from 1, 2, it can either be 3 or 5. So it can either be the paper had nothing to do with it, and the journaler wanted to light the fire. No, I know for a fact that that's not 4. Because I know that it was. Oh no, no, it is 4. Sorry, I read the wrong thing. It's this one, and this is 5. Okay, 5 and 4, 5, and 6 is fine. 1 and 2's not. I know that. I know that's 1. Let's just smoke the cigar and sit opposite the journalist. That's, you know, that kind of makes sense. The journalist sat there. This isn't automatically selected. Yeah, when you get it right, it goes to this. But the thing is, you can't get it right. Oh, so 5 and 6 are right. So this means these have to be 1, 2, and 3. Oh no, I forgot the door. Again, I did it. See? I did it again. I forgot the door exists. The journalist closed the door and left the key in the lock. So he ran. Yeah, there we go.
Farley consulted a card while he
Confused me for a second.
given to him by his secretary just before she changed the ribbon on her typewriter.
Bloody door.
Reporter's greasy fingerprints are all over the card. When he went to file it away, he glanced automatically out of the window and saw us in the street.
He closed the filing cabinet and rushed to lock his office door. In his haste, he pushed his chair aside, but didn't think to return it to its place.
Precisely. He then hurried to tell his visitor of our arrival and showed him the way out. He then threw a piece of paper into the fireplace.
But we still don't know how the cigar-smoking visitor departed.
The answer lies in the direction the reporter took, Watson. At a certain moment, he would have been in a place where he had no logical reason to be. Look at our deduction board, and then let us go to the place where the reporter should not be.
This is not too difficult. So, as you can see, started here, front of the chair, knocked it over, locked the door. I forgot again. See, I told me by the door. I'm focusing here. I'm completely ignoring the door. They really should put a circle around this door for people like me. Yeah, so the only place that doesn't make any sense is the bookshelf. Because he went from the lockers, the chairs, to the door, told his friend, and then went and threw a piece of paper into the fire. Why was he at the bookshelf? Why did the book fall out of the bookshelf? Unless he bumped into it?
Perfect.
But
Yes, Watson. In his haste, Farley dropped this book, taking it from the shelf.
Let's search this place.
There's a control box built into the filing cabinet. This box must open the secret door.
We don't know the combination, Holmes.
The answer is perhaps within the question, my dear fellow.
this is probably one of the easier puzzles in the game. As you can see, it does say +6 just down here. You can't move these, the ones that are grayed out. You can only move the ones that are red, which kind of makes sense. If you go by alphabetical, D is the 4th letter in the alphabet. And then you do whatever the letter in the alphabet is 10th. And as you can see, it's +6. So 4 plus 6 is 10. So that means that this has to be 16. And then you just go from, let's do the alphabet, shall we? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. And this one has to be J. So it's J, K, L, M, N, O. Oops, you bastard.
We don't know the combination.
E?
There we are. It is simplicity itself. Let us go and look at this secret exit.
I opened in the opposite direction. That's weird. Why could I see the line? Watson! Hey, stop getting in my bloody way, you bellend! Don't look at me like that, sexy lips. All you do is get in the bloody way. I'd rather have Toby with me. And he's got a secret, weird entrance out here. Oh, odd. Not suspicious? Nice hat.
Chance has smiled upon us, Watson. This hat was almost certainly abandoned by our mysterious visitor. Imagine the scene. In his hurry, the cigar man drops his top hat. The door closes. The hat is caught beneath it. Fearing above all that he should be discovered, he does not attempt to retrieve it, instead preferring to flee.
Who would take such action to avoid meeting us?
I cannot tell as yet.
Why will his hat get stuck under the door? It opens outwards.
We must discover his identity in order to redress the balance, and this hat will help us. Let us return to Baker Street.
The door opens outwards. How would his hat get stuck? That doesn't make any sense. You know what? Don't matter, does it? It don't matter. To Baker Street.
Let's hope that an examination of this top hat will reveal to us the identity of its owner.
It will, you can be sure of that.
For once, I must insist that you allow me to work alone, Holmes.
As you wish. Take your time. I will examine this hat at my work table. I will examine this...
Yeah, I know, you just said that.
This hat is of an exceptional quality. The man who owned it is wealthy.
And you just rotate the hat and click on things that you can interact with.
The ribbon for another, more modern one, which shows a certain taste for current fashions. Not a mistress, but someone who pays attention to details. This man is married.
What's weird is, like, nobody would see that. Like, it's so hidden. It's like someone noticing you've got a different pair of pants on. You know, who would notice that bow? If it was like on top of it, just a big giant bow up here, or like here, like a big flower, but at the side, hidden under the the crest of the hat.
Heat marks.
Weird.
Strong smell of tobacco. A cigar smoker, which confirms that this hat belongs to the reporter's visitor.
We already knew that, but thanks for confirming. Oh, we got...
His hair is graying, and judging by the odor, he puts camphor on it. He is probably in his early 50s.
Camphor. Bloody hell.
He's changed the ribbon for another, more...
Don't Google camphor. It's weird.
Slight scratch marks.
Glasses? I'm guessing?
The man wears glasses.
Yeah.
And whenever he puts them on, he grazes the sides of his hat. This would suggest that he is educated and long-sighted, rather than short-sighted.
Why does wearing glasses mean you're educated? I wear glasses and I'm as thick as pig shit.
This hat was made to measure by a well-known hatter located near the Old Bailey. I now have an excellent description of the man that I am looking for. The journalist's mysterious visitor is in a profession highly placed on the social scale. He is rich and married. He must have called Scotland Yard in Farley's presence. He frequents the law courts, from which he makes his purchases. This man is a judge. Let us look through my files to see if I can identify this judge. I have a memoir on the most influential judges.
That is a load of nonsense. He knew that this guy was a judge just because of this hat he wears. That's absolute bobbins. No matter how good you are at deduction, that is just... That is not right.
I have found my file. I must place it on my work table.
Okay, now, why does it keep wanting me to place shit for him? So it's one of these dumbasses. Oh my god. This guy wears a hat. Oh, he's got a ring on. Does he smoke cigars? He doesn't look like he does. He's wearing glasses. So he wears a hat. He wears glasses. He's married and he's got grey hair. I'm saying he's got grey hair because it looks like his beard's white. This guy smokes cigars. He's got glasses. He's got a hat. Oops. Glasses, cigars, hats. I don't know if he's grey hair or not. Is he married? Oh yeah, he's married. It can't be this guy because this guy's not got grey hair. It's tiny glasses. Oh man, look how stupid he looks. He looks so dumb. Oh shit, I can't even see his hand. It's slightly Well, he smokes and is married. Poor lady. Smokes, is married. He wears glasses. What does stupid ugly wig count as a hat? So if we say that this guy's got grey hair. Oh.
Right. It is him.
Oh, there we go.
Judge Beckett.
Bloody Judge Beckett.
Have you discovered the top hat's
Bastard who it is.
Watson, this hat belongs to Sir Coots Beckett, a judge of the court at the Palace
Coots
in London.
A judge? Wait, did you say Sir Beckett? That name rings a bell. Yes, that's it. What an extraordinary coincidence. Holmes, I was reading something about him in the Globe Explorer only this morning.
Decidedly, this Beckett seems to have solid ties with the gutter press.
I bought it from a rascal who ran off without giving me my change. I'm sure that I've seen him before, and...
Spare me the details, Watson. Show me the article.
Oh no. More bloody reading. Oh, this is about his wife. Coots. What a stupid name. So, Kathy Coots Beckett, wife of the Honourable Judge Coots Beckett. What a stupid name. Is an exceptional woman who freely gives her time and her money towards the education of deprived children. Yeah. When most of the city's great families close the door of their luxurious mansions to the poor, Lady Beckett opens hers and has created a school for illiterate children. Oh, this class has been open for 8 years now, and according to her estimations, nearly 150 children in need have learned to read and write. 150 children who, thanks to this woman's generosity, have been able to avoid the plight of the beggar and have found worthy jobs. I mean, is that facts, or are you spitting bullshit like you normally do? It's not all, as well as enabling their access to culture and education. Lady Beckett also takes the children on a vacation along with her servants, who obviously help is needed to assist with an entire class of students. Yeah, I'm sure she's not taking them to be murdered or eaten like some kind of weird witch from a fairy tale. This year she's taken them to Portsmouth. That's stuff to be proud of. I don't think I'd want to go to Portsmouth on a vacation, thank you very much. For most, it will be the first time they've seen the sea. Exceptionally, Judge Beckett will not be going along for the trip. The eminent magistrate is retained in London by important current affairs. We wish an excellent holiday to... Yeah, look at this guy. You know, could your tongue get any more further up her ass, mate? Jesus Christ.
So, Lady Beckett is on holiday in Portsmouth. That means her husband is at home alone. Good. We shall pay a courtesy call, Watson. With a little luck, we shall leave with a few habanos clarissimo.
That you should interest a judge of the High Court isn't surprising. You have solved so many criminal affairs that there are 1,000 reasons why a magistrate should be interested in you. But why should this one feel the need to act in shadows?
It's true that it's surprising. Perhaps he simply wishes to avoid being seen in the company of this Farley fellow.
Mr. Kirby, our local postman, owes me a favour. He'll give me Beckett's address. At this hour, he should still be at the post office. I'll go there, Holmes.
Good, Watson, but be quick about it. While you're gone, I'll make preparations for our visit.
Sir Coutts Beckett, I've got the address. We can go round after a nice cup of tea.
Don't get too comfortable, Watson. We're leaving immediately.
Yeah, we're on the timer here, Watson. He always wants to sit down and have a cup of tea. There you go, sit down and have a cup of tea and I'll go to Lord Beckett's house myself. Guessing I could just fast travel there. Farley, yeah, cool. Guess we're going to Judge Beckett's house.